Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute, but I wanted to get on here to do your December forecast for the twin flame soul connections out there. So of course this reading cannot possibly be for everyone watching, but if it's your story, definitely comment below, and if not, feel free to check my channel for other messages you need to hear. As always, time, energy, and gender are fluid, so reverse roles however they apply. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tap the notification bell so you can catch future readings. So first and foremost, thank you to all of my subscribers. Y'all are the best. If you're not already subscribed, we would love to have you. So be sure to check the description box below for all of the ways that you can link up with me, as I love hearing from you guys. So speaking of links, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to Keen for sponsoring this video. So for those who don't already know, Keen is a site that is trusted by millions for clarity and advice on the daily. So I know you guys love getting readings from me, but if you're on a time crunch, on a budget, or just need a second opinion, Keen is the place to go. So the best part is that all readings are catered to your budget and preference, and they come with a satisfaction guarantee. So definitely take advantage of my special discount code listed on the screen and in the description box below. That will get you your first 10 minutes on Keen for only $1.99, which is an amazing deal. So definitely, like I said, take advantage of that during this busy holiday season. And clearly, since the holidays are approaching very quickly, I'll also be offering discounts galore. So stay tuned for all of the official announcements here in a couple of days. So yeah, I cannot believe that we're almost in December, and I'm really excited to see what the new year has in store. So of course, this is the December forecast. Keep in mind that as we do these twin flame soul connection readings, the goal is to focus on your spiritual growth. Okay, so remember what this journey is all about, you guys. It's all about you. It's all about you ascending into your highest and best version of yourself, your favoritist self, and less about what's going on in the 3D or what's going on with your person, right? So whether you resonate with the divine feminine or the divine masculine, take these messages for your soul growth. Obviously, never force the storyline to fit with you. If you are not resonating with the storyline, then I will catch you on the flippity flip in the next reading. But yes, as I said, this reading and all readings about the twin flame journey are meant to trigger you all into remembering who you are, okay? Remembering how you are whole and complete and perfect and beautiful with or without someone standing by your side, okay? This is a journey of self-love, of awakening, and like I said, remembering the core of who you are, which originates from love, okay? So with all of the fear-mongering and all of the craziness going on in the world right now, it's very important for us as light workers, as twin flames, star seeds, whatever labels you resonate with, to continue to hold that light. And as we push into the new year, okay, so we're still in the eclipse tunnel. We're approaching the 12/21 portal. The 12/12 energy is also coming up as well. So as we moved past this lunar eclipse and moving closer and closer to the solar eclipse here on the 4th, a lot of chaotic energy is still whirling around, okay? So there's a lot of this theme of things not appearing as they seem, okay? So remember, guys, with the holidays and the hustle and bustle and all of the family time and things being spent, it's important to remember, those of you who are in situations where you're in physical separation from your divine masculine, or you are dealing with some sort of a karmic or third-party energy, this is the time of year where these sort of family situations and karmic situations tend to escalate, okay? Lots of stress and people showing and revealing their true colors under the glistening lights of the Christmas tree, right? So anyways, take that as it resonates, okay? I've been hearing a lot of stories about karmic situations escalating, things being revealed and illuminated, and people showing who they truly are, which has been very eye-opening for a lot of divine masculines, I feel like. And I feel as if the divine feminines have been really called to step back, to pull their energy back, and to just strictly focus on what's going on within, okay? So if you've been feeling that energy of pulling back, of keeping to yourself, of removing yourself from any third-party situations, or energies where the reciprocity isn't present, okay? That is just your part of the journey right now, okay? And, a lot of us feminines are accepting that part of the journey with grace and with calm, knowing that everything that's meant for us is going to be for us, right? So regardless of your specific story of what's going on in your twin flame journey, like I said, some of you may resonate more with the feminine end of the reading, but for those of you who resonate with the masculine end, it is totally common for the roles to reverse. Again, it is nothing about gender, so keep that in mind as well. We all have masculine and feminine energies within us. So as always, I will be looking into the energy of divine feminine, divine masculine, taking a closer look and doing some clarity cards as well as some messages at the end of the reading. So definitely stick around. We are going to pull for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Ooh. I love how two cards fell out. So for the feminine, we've got universal love. So the frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. So we were just talking about self-love, pulling back and focusing from within, right? Understanding that we are connected universally to every single being on this earth, right? And that it seems like we seem so trivial, like a speck of dust, when you think of the intricacies of this universe, right? And the many universes beyond this universe. But feminine is connecting to that place of universal love, understanding that this is more than just some sort of a romantic connection, okay? Love is unconditional. And, obviously the feminines, if you have been feeling the urge to pull back, like I said, this is the best thing that you could be possibly focusing on right now, okay? So again, as the holidays are approaching, hold that light and continue to focus on that energy right there, okay? Now for the masculine, oh, ironic. So we have romantic love, as we were just talking about the feminine recognizing that this journey is more about universal love than romantic love, and we've got the masculine in their feelings, okay? So divine masculine has romantic love, focusing on that loving and warm feeling that the feminine gives them, and perhaps the absence of this feeling around the holidays with the feminine not being around, okay? So the frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. So again, the masculine might be feeling the absence of romantic love during the holidays with all of the hustle and bustle, the needing to conform and fit into little cookie cutter boxes that their karmic partners have laid so carefully out for them to perform in their little Christmas pageants and whatnot, okay? Whatever your specific scenario is, y'all know what I'm talking about. So I feel as if the masculine is focused on this love because during the holidays, that's what we want, right? We want to be cozied up to the fire and watching our favorite Christmas movies and decorating and wrapping presents and doing all of the great things and cooking and having those great times with someone who is consciously aware of the love that you share together, okay? I feel as if a lot of these masculines are starting to see their karmic partners in their true form and really understanding that a lot of this holiday time is more about the material things for them. Whereas right now they know if their divine feminine was with them, they would be experiencing Christmas and Thanksgiving and all of these holidays, whatever you celebrate, to the fullest potential. Okay, they know that the feminine is the conscious lover that they've been seeking, and the conscious lover that they've been promised and that they promised to unite with. Okay, so for the mutual energy, We have the Tantric Journey. Ooh, I'm like shivering. The frequency of Tantric Journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. So, as we are in the thick of Sagittarius season during the month of December and moving into Capricorn season, we've also got Capricorn retrograde, Venus retrograde in Capricorn, said that backwards. It's feeling like that push and pull energy again a little bit, okay? The Tantric Journey, it's very sensual, it's very erotic at times, right? You always feel that energy from your partner, and you know that there is no connection quite like it, right? And maybe some connections have come close, but there's nothing quite like the journey between divine masculine and divine feminine. And it's almost like a flirty vibe that I'm feeling here. So as this dance that we do, right, the roles are reversing once again, where the feminine is beginning to pull back, and some feminines are even straight up running for the hills at this point. Whereas the masculine is very focused on this romance and this energy that they're missing with the feminine. Going back to this tantric journey of push and pull and the sensual energy of feeling engulfed in a love that exceeds anything else, okay? It exceeds anything else. There's nothing that even comes close, okay? I know I said some may come close, but there really isn't anything that comes close. There's nothing like the twin flame journey. And if you're on it and you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about, okay? So let's get into the divine masculine energy. And we're going to see what is going on. What is the masculine currently thinking in their conscious mind about the feminine and their journey with the feminine? So you have the Magician. Interesting that it popped up in the reverse, but casually flipped back over. So the Magician is the power to create. It is having all of the resources needed to manifest. And with this infinity symbol above his head, this is kind of a nod to the as above, so below. So anything going on within our minds can easily manifest into the physical. And that is exactly what the masculine is understanding. They know that they have the power, whereas maybe they have allowed themselves to feel as if they didn't maybe have the resources to move forward, or they weren't sure if they had the magic to really create something new. The masculine sees now that they're the ones in control, okay? So let's talk about how they're feeling regarding the feminine and this journey. What's in their heart for the feminine right now? We already know that the theme of romantic love is going to be very relevant for the masculine during the month of December. So let's talk a little bit more about those feelings. Wow. So, look at this. We've got the World and we've got the Ace of Swords. So, feminines, the truth is that this isn't over, okay? This journey between you and them is not over. It's not complete, okay? And they know that. And they feel in their heart as if in order for them to be successful, in order for them to feel this completion, in order for them to reach the end of their fool's journey, they need to be truthful and honest and clear about what's going on. So I have a feeling that this masculine is feeling very tempted to reveal the truth of this feeling of incompleteness, right? Feeling as if their journey, or they can't really create this new world unless they're honest about their feelings with the feminine, okay? So also, this masculine could have possibly received some news that has clarified things for them in regards to some karmic cycles that still need to be wrapped up. But like I said, that first message that came through is that the masculine feels as if this journey with the feminine is not over, okay? It was never over, feminine, and it never will be. So, and that is the truth. That's what's going on in their heart. They're getting very clear about that right now. So let's talk about how the masculine is viewing the feminine at this time. We have the Nine of Swords, and I would say rightfully so, because as I said, a lot of these feminines are starting to run for the hills, or starting to kind of allow their fear or their doubts maybe to take over a little bit, afraid of what's to come, feeling doubtful about the journey, having maybe nightmares or sleepless nights, and suffering in silence. Okay. This feeling of despair is one that I'm very familiar with. Okay. And so the masculine can see that. All right. They view the feminine as dealing with these anxieties, as, again, this energy of longing and even hopelessness at times. So they're definitely aware of the mental conflict that's happening for the feminine right now. And I honestly feel as if they in a sense feel responsible for it. Okay. And again, that world in the reverse and the Ace of Swords, that could be another reason, right? Understanding and seeing that they're responsible for this cycle that needs to come to completion. Okay. In order to step into the new world with the feminine, they have got to close out these karmic cycles, and they know it. Okay. But it has caused the feminine a lot of grief, a lot of worrying. And, I feel that 100%, not really knowing what's going on in the physical all the time can be very disconcerting. Okay. And it's very scary knowing that the person that you want to be with, that you think about all the time, whether you want to or not, is out there in the world. And all you want sometimes is just to know, like, are they okay? Are they alive? Are they doing well? And, unfortunately, all you can really rely on is your intuition, is your dreams, is the inner knowing. Okay. And so sometimes, when there's a lack of communication or a lack of clarity, you can tend to end up in those dark places, right? So the masculine is aware. Let's talk about how they intend to move forward. What actions are they planning on taking towards the feminine in the month of December? Nine of Wands. Interesting. 2 9s in a row. So feeling near the end of that cycle, okay, the energy is building and building. 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior, someone who has been through the shit but still keeps going, okay, in the name of their soul purpose, their path. So this masculine intends to, I just heard the masculine intends to wrap things up. Okay, so no pun intended, obviously. We have the holidays coming up. Christmas is coming. People are wrapping presents. And so the masculine is going to be wrapping things up in December. So I have a feeling that December is going to be a very intense time for the masculine in his soul journey, because of all of the hustle and bustle and the need to conform and perform and do things just so, and keep up with the traditions and all of the things. And really what's happening inside is the masculine is longing for this romantic love, this connection that they're not getting in their physical world at present. Okay. So the 9 of Wands, this masculine intends to keep going and pushing to the end so that they can wrap things up and close out this cycle. Okay. Let's also talk about the masculine's desire. What is their desired outcome with the feminine? So you have the 4 of Swords. Also popping up in the reverse. So we know the 4 of Swords to be healing from loss, from separation, from pain, and surrendering to the universe. Okay, so the masculine intends to surrender to the journey and allow things to play out. They know that they need to heal. And obviously we talk about this all the time. And we know that obviously not every single reading is going to resonate with every single person. There are different waves of twin flames. There's different storylines going on, obviously, simultaneously. But for this group, whoever I'm reading for right now, this masculine needs a period of healing in order to move things forward. So that is exactly what they intend to do as they wrap things up. And so for some of you, as the masculines are wrapping things up as we end 2021, for some of you, you could be finally starting to see the ice thaw and things start moving probably around April. as we approach like the spring, as sometimes it does take a little bit of time in order to bounce back. Okay, so imagine, holidays are so busy, everyone is spending all of their money, all of their resources, and then we hit the driest month of the year, January, right, which seems like 10 years in a month. So there's going to probably be a little bit of time once the new year hits, and I'm hearing again, like a time for the masculine to bounce back. So they're aware that they're going to have to keep pushing. Okay. This is like the final push, right? We talk about this a lot too, like birthing the new earth or birthing a new reality. So, anyone who's ever been pregnant, anyone who's had a child, 9 months seems like forever, right? And so I kind of feel that feeling for the masculine. Maybe they're not pushing a baby out, but it kind of may feel like that, right? Needing to go along with something for the sake of it, for tradition or whatever else obligation that they might feel. It might feel very intense and kind of painful, right? So think of that crowning moment, that searing pain of actually pushing it out and being, exhausted, right? There's a recovery period after that. So that is what the masculine intends to do. So let's get one card for what's going on behind the scenes. What is something going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of? Something going on in the masculine's environment. So very interesting. Yeah. So what did I say, y'all? We've got the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So this masculine, what's happening for them right now is they want this romance. They want this new exciting feeling where they can be honest about their romantic energy that they feel. Okay. They want this. They want something that's authentic. But again, we have this situation where the love's all poured out. Okay. There's no romance happening for the masculine during this season. There's no romance happening for them. This is all obligations and duties. And it's terrible because I feel like a lot, okay, and I'm just going to put this out there. And for those of you who don't agree with me, I'm sorry. But I do feel as if a lot of karmic partners, okay, male or female, but a lot of karmic partners who are focused more on the physical or the material, it's as if these scenarios that they're playing out, again, it's all for show. And the more that they do it, the more obvious it becomes to the masculine. So it's almost as if these karmic partners during the holidays are showing their brightest and most authentic selves, as far as like their personalities are showing. Okay. It's like they're showing their ugly, and it's impossible for the masculine to ignore. Okay. And this is all they want. They just want realness. They want romance. They want kindness. They want sweetness. They want someone to love them. And it's so unfortunate because these karmic partners are so desperate to be shown this love through material things, right? They want to be shown all of this validation in the physical. But at the end of the day, like, who loves the masculine, right? When is that love returned to the masculine in a genuine and authentic way? What is the masculine's reward for putting up with this karmic energy? And I think that's what the masculine is starting to see. It's like they can't even be their authentic selves. They can't even experience the romance and the specialness of the holidays. Like I said, you want to spend that time with the people that you love, that love you. And it's like this masculine's cup is empty. Okay. That is why they're so focused on romance during the holiday season. So, feminines, if you're feeling very emotional during the holiday season, this could be a big reason. Okay. It's like the masculines are crying out because they're missing the one thing that truly is going to make them happy, is that warm, fuzzy feeling of romance, of love, of connection with a conscious partner that truly cares for them, about them, and doesn't give a fuck about all of the fake shit that the holidays bring with it. Okay. So masculines are dealing with a loveless situation right now, and perhaps always have been. Okay. And what is love, right? how can you really define love? You can't really define love unless you've been in it. And for those people who haven't really truly experienced authentic, universal, unconditional love, they tend to define love by things, okay? Or even, acts of service. What can you do for me? What can you give to me? What can you show me to prove to me that you love me? Well, who's proving to the masculine that they're loved, right? The feminines. Divine feminines are proving that love by taking a step back and allowing the divine masculines the space to come to these realizations on their own, to come to their own conclusions. Okay. So again, feminines, if you felt the need to step back during this time, you're doing the right thing. Okay. You're doing the right thing. So yeah, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. And we have the Knight of Cups right after that. So, this masculine is stepping up into this power of the magician because they're understanding like they have to live in their authentic truth. They want to be romantic. They want to share this love with someone. Okay. They want to wear their heart on their sleeve and make this offer. They want to express their love to the one that loves them. Okay. So, y'all, these masculines are sitting around at dinner tables like the Grinch this Christmas, okay? They're mad, they're sad, they're pouting, all right? They're not happy. And if they are acting like they're happy, there's some good actors, okay? So just keep that in mind, because this masculine wants nothing more than to share their emotions, even though they're afraid, even though they might not fully understand the depths of their feelings just yet, as the Knight of Cups does signify a need to mature, okay? The intention is there. The need, the want, the feelings are there, okay? And they're ready to act on those feelings. But they understand, like I said, they're going to need to push through. They're going to need to push through this season, okay? So let's talk about what's going on with the feminines, although we pretty much already know. So for the feminines and feminines' conscious awareness, of course, we have the Ace of Cups upright. Love, 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 universal love, self-love. Okay, feminine's cup is full. Feminine is full of herself, okay? And not in a cocky way. I'm talking feminine is full of love. She's pouring that love back into herself like a fountain, okay? And it just cycles back in and through. Feminine is self-sustaining. She's understanding and feeling that energy from the masculines, which is making her own cup overflow, okay? So energetically, I feel as if a lot of feminines are picking up on that romantic energy, which is what could, like I said, be triggering a lot of tears during the holidays, okay? Because you're picking up on that energy and you're transmuting it for your masculines, okay? And whether you know it or not, you are helping them, just as they're helping you. Because without the separation, feminines, we never would have truly understood what it was to love ourselves, okay? So let us see what is going on in the feminine's heart space during the month of December. The Eight of Pentacles actually came out in the pre-shuffle when I was kind of clearing the energy from this deck here. And, as you can see, we've got this individual busting their hump, okay? Beating away at those pentacles, working really hard. This is dedication and hard labor, okay? Feminines are out here in these streets, dedicated to their careers, to their work, to improving their physical reality, okay? It's like they're sculpting their physical reality and they're putting their all into it. So feminines, in your heart and soul, you already know that you need to stay dedicated on your path, whatever that path might be. And you know that it might be a lot of hard work ahead, but what's right ahead for you is independence, it's stability, okay? It's abundance. So keep working really hard, okay? You could also feel overworked in your heart. Okay, like I said, if you feel emotional or tearful during the holidays, that could also be very symbolic here, like your heart is working overtime right now, Okay, you're doing the work for yourself and your masculine right now, transmuting all of those feelings. So, feminine viewing the masculine as the Hierophant and the Seven of Swords. So like I said, feminines, a lot of you have been running for the hills because you're viewing your masculine as either married in a committed connection, or not being honest with you, right? Being sneaky, sidestepping, just in general, like lying. Seven of Swords is also a third party situation, sneakiness. Okay. So, maybe some of you feminines have not had the best communication with your masculines because they've been in a higher level of commitment. Okay. The Hierophant is also, the raw divine masculine element. So this could also be the feminines recognizing the masculines beginning to be more open to their spiritual beliefs and seeing their spiritual journey in a new light, in a sense. Maybe taking a look at their traditions and realizing how they've been basically lying to themselves. This is also a card of self-deception. So if you're one of those feminines who are looking at your masculine right now and thinking to yourself, like, you ain't happy in that marriage. You're not happy right now, period. You're lying to yourself. You're telling yourself lies to kind of maintain or keep the peace. For what? For traditions? For outdated beliefs? And I know a lot of you feminines are thinking that right now. I have those thoughts quite often. So, feminine is looking at the masculine thinking, quit lying to yourself, okay? Maybe you have this connection with a karmic partner based on what your family thinks you should do, based on what your religion thinks you should do. But at the end of the day, it's all a lie. So the feminine is watching the masculine carrying out and living this lie, which is encouraging her, okay? Him, her, feminine, masculine, whatever. The feminines are being encouraged to continue to be dedicated in their path, while the masculine sorts things out, okay? So let's talk about how the feminine intends to act moving forward. What actions does the feminine intend to take? So we've got the High Priestess, which is the counterpart to the Hierophant, and the Three of Wands. So I see positive forward movement, slow and steady. Okay, it might take a while to see things fully manifesting, but feminines, you have been really listening to your intuition. You've been keeping to yourself. You've been keeping your secrets, okay? You've been studying. You are progressing when it comes to your esoteric knowledge, your own spiritual beliefs. And the more you learn about yourself, the more quiet you become, okay? So feminines, maybe you're not running necessarily, okay? But maybe you've decided at this point it's time to just, like I said, step back, keep to yourself, focus on your own spiritual journey, looking out and waiting for your ships to come in. Because you know what? The harder you work and the more dedicated you are to your happiness, to your stability, to your abundance, the faster things are going to manifest. So I think for some of you feminines, it's taken a lot of courage and strength, but you've had to kind of turn your back on the masculines and look forward into a new direction. So let's also talk about how the feminine is desiring, okay, the desired outcome for the feminine is the Ace of Swords, which also came up for the masculine in their heart space. So that's all the feminine has ever wanted: truth, clarity, realness, okay? So the masculine intends to speak their truth and reveal their emotions, and that's all the feminine wants. She just wants clarity. She wants truth, okay? She wants things to be revealed. Even though this sword might hurt, okay, there might be a potential for the truth to hurt. It's going to feel so much better once it's out and once everything is discussed, and there's going to be a certain sense of relief that is felt on both sides. And I think both sides already know this. So, bottom of the deck for the feminine, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So, slow and steady wins the race, right, feminine? We have the masculine and the Knight of Cups. Feminine focused on building financial stability for herself and pouring all of her hard work and dedication into the physical. So I see this as the feminine investing in herself and recognizing that it's not going to be some overnight wonder type thing, that she's going to really need to put her hard work, blood, sweat, and tears into this journey in order to manifest the life that she wants to see in the physical. So feminines, for some of you, like I said, investing in yourself could quite literally mean you turning your back on the twin flame journey and deciding to fully focus on yourself. Trying your luck in another situation. Some of you could be seeking out soulmates, or just in general, putting yourself back out there, out into the world, and being open to love in general, okay? Because I think a lot of the feminines have grown very weary from this journey, continuously being expected to transmute and handle all of these feelings and things going on with the masculine. But the feminine has always been awake longer than the masculine. So again, it takes as long as it takes. Some masculines do take way longer to awaken and realize and understand what's really going on. Okay. So again, this is all based on traditional upbringing, beliefs, family values, things, the way people were raised has a huge weight on how they behave as adults, okay? And as a lot of you already know, once you're an adult, people don't really change unless you are actively trying to change. So a lot of the masculines have just been kind of going along with it, right? And just doing whatever because they haven't really seen the light just yet. But I think that this group of masculines definitely understands that what's going on right now between them and the feminine is a lot more profound than just some, basic connection. This makes them understand romantic love, whereas they weren't receiving that before. Now they know that this is something they could achieve if they were to come into union with the feminine, okay? Very interesting. So let's get some clarifying cards for the masculine and see what else Spirit wants us to know regarding the masculine's portion of the journey. So we have the Mirror. Illumination, awareness, wisdom, reflection, truth, looking inward, and depths of the unconscious mind. So we're just talking about how the masculine's awakening and realizing these things, looking into the mirror at themselves. I'm hearing Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Like they're understanding who they truly are because the feminine reflected that back to them. Okay, now it is impossible for them to ignore. Things are being illuminated right now. They're becoming very aware of their, I was going to say requirements, but of their responsibility or their part of the journey, awakening to things they must do in order to experience this romance, this love, okay? So let's get another card for the masculine and see what else Spirit wants us to know. So we have twin flames and we have the Ace of Swords. So once more, this masculine, whoever they are awake, okay? They know that this connection is way more important than just some little fling, okay? Twin flames, one soul split in two, soul connection, yin and yang, mirrored soul. They know there's an unexplainable magnetic attraction, and they know that it goes deeper than attraction. It's unconditional love. And we talked about this. They know that it's unconditional love because the feminine is the one who has given the masculine the space and the ability to come to their own conclusions, okay? I feel like the karmic partners are always giving the masculine the answers. And then at the end of the day, the masculine's still it's like not a match, right? But it's like that when you're with the wrong person. It's like no matter how much you tell someone what to do or how to act or how to be, if you're with the wrong person, it's never gonna mesh. It's never gonna line up, okay? It's like jamming two puzzle pieces together that just don't fucking go, okay? So the sword, obviously the Ace of Swords, mental clarity, breakthroughs, truth, communication, vision. This masculine is fully aware and receiving clarity, perhaps from spirit guides, angels, the universe, that this is a twin flame connection, okay? So lots of realizations being had in the month of December. So let's get some clarity for the feminine's portion of the journey and see what spirit would like us to know. So you have the broomstick, home and hearth, sweeping away issues, clearing old energy, cleaning, leap of imagination, escape, and freedom to fly. So feminine's hopping on her broomstick and riding off into the hills, right? Clearing away the old energy, sweeping away everything that's from the past, and kind of setting her sights on the future, okay? Imagining what things would be like if she were to open herself back up to love in general. Let's see what else we have for the feminine. We have the clock tower, time, progression, slow forward movement, change, pressure, limits, numerology, and synchronistic events. So at the clock tower here too, it kind of reminds me of like, you know, maybe the feminine has kind of had some expectations of a timeline of how things were going to go. Some feminines out there might have been at a situation where, you know, there's kind of like time for an ultimatum, or feeling like, okay, enough time has passed, it's time for me to walk away. Whatever your specific storyline is, the clock tower kind of insinuates that the time is a ticking, okay? And we know time is an illusion, but the more time that goes by, the more chances there are for doubt and fear to wedge their way into our psyche and confuse us and make us feel like we're not on the right path, okay? So this broomstick and clock tower energy kind of makes me feel like the feminine is looking for an escape based on a timeline that was not fulfilled, okay? Let's get one more card for the feminine. And we have the bridge, which is all about union, communication, okay? Passage to reality, travel, crossing, reviewing one's life, and overcoming obstacles. So also the feminine is coming to the realization that regardless of the whatever she's feeling, okay, whatever the 3D is making her feel, there's always going to be a bridge between the masculine and the feminine. So feminine, you can fly far, far away on that broomstick if you want, okay? You can fly to the other end of the earth. You can fly to another galaxy if you want to. But at the end of the day, there will always be a bridge between you, okay, your heart, and your masculine's heart. You are one soul. And as I always say, you cannot be without something that you are, and you are your twin flame. So no matter what happens, there's a foreshadowing of overcoming any obstacles that come your way, okay? And that is exactly what is happening with the masculine. So maybe the feminine is feeling that flight or flight energy because the masculine is transmuting all of these things, going through that wounded warrior energy, can quite literally cause an emotional upheaval, okay? So very interesting energy. And then bottom of the deck here, we've got the Strength card. So courage, bravery, confidence, compassion, taming one's urges, okay, having control, overcoming that self-doubt, acting on your instincts, and just in general, being a responsible individual. I think that both masculine and feminine have been very strong on this journey. And there may be times where you have maybe felt like, okay, what the hell is my masculine doing? I'm over here. I'm doing all this work. I'm doing all these things. Try not to judge your masculine and what they're going through, because their experiences are entirely different than yours, okay? But typically the lessons that we go through tend to be very parallel to our masculines. So whatever you're going through right now is usually a direct reflection of what the masculine is going through. Circumstantially, obviously, very different scenarios, but the same concept, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab a card from the Angels of Atlantis Oracle deck, and we'll see what the overall advice is here. and see what Spirit wants us to know. Look at that. So we have courage coming out. Courage. I'm going to be honest, y'all. Courage is like one of the most important things that you need on this twin flame journey. Okay? It takes courage to be authentic. It takes courage to cut away people out of your life that don't have any business being there. It takes courage to go after all of your dreams and your passions. It takes courage to love, okay? To put yourself out there, to be vulnerable. All of those things require courage. But as I always say, where there's a will, there's a way. So both twins are being urged to tame maybe their more beastly urges, okay? Tame that urge to fight or flight feminine, and understand that this bridge to union was always there and it's never going away. But sometimes it takes a great deal of courage to get through some major turning points in our life. And if you feel like during this holiday season, if you're without your masculine in the physical and you're feeling all of these energies, brace yourself, okay? Remain courageous in your own pursuits, and your masculine will feel that energy, okay? So I'm going to also read from the book because I just feel like it, okay? So, Hanael. And as I'm scrolling, I literally passed willpower. So, Hanael is the sacred warrior. So it seems you've recently felt your force dwindling and that you need to call upon this oracle for support. Hanael's shield of humility will allow you to feel fully protected as you face the situation. Which part of you feels thwarted, or what thought suggests that you cannot move bravely through this current experience? Trust the courage of the wise Hanael. See yourself covered by the shield and drenched in the angelic presence of the ruby ray arising from Hanael's beautiful presence. Please do not doubt your truth. Find strength in your convictions and allow them to guide you to be a spiritual warrior. Chant Om Namah Shivaya 3 times and the divine will illuminate your way forward. So speaking of the bright red ray, this is also the energy of the root chakra, okay, or the base chakra. So for those of you who feel blocked in that area, this would be a great month for you to really focus on removing those blocks, meditating, listening to meditative music regarding the root chakra, because the root chakra is everything that we need in order to connect to the rest of our chakra system. It is the base and the foundation. So if everything is muddy and murky down there, it's going to be really difficult to connect any further up the chain. So start with the base and work your way up, okay? I encourage all of you in the month of December, as we're about to reset and move into a new calendar year, to clear those chakras out and to allow yourself to come to a place of neutrality and calm and peace, okay? For those of you who feel like sending your divine masculine loving energy is helpful, definitely do that. But like I said, doing that to yourself is going to heal past and future timelines if you're present and meditating, thinking and feeling that healing energy, and healing yourself is automatically going to transfer to your twin flame. So let's get into the messages and see what the divine feminine would like to say to the masculine in the month of December. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine in the month of December? Oh, there is nothing like the love we share. And I said that at the beginning too. Remember, I said maybe sometimes there might be someone that comes kind of close. There's nothing like the twin flame journey, okay? There's nothing like your twin flame. So, interesting. And I'm on a journey of self-discovery. So as, excuse me, I can't even talk. So as the feminine is working very hard on making her physical world, the world that she's trying to create, she's discovering things about herself, okay? Discovering her needs, her wants, and understanding maybe unrealistic timelines. Again, we talked about that earlier. Things that maybe she has set up for herself that has allowed her to be disappointed, okay? So there's something I read the other day that was talking about that, like, it said something like, maybe they didn't break your heart. Maybe you allowed yourself to have your heart broken by setting unrealistic expectations, or by getting upset about communications that were not set in stone. So, it's easy to think outside of ourselves and say, this person didn't do this, or this person did this to me. But ultimately, we're in control of how we process all of those energies, right? And so as we discover and see and peel back the layers and see different perspectives of the things that we've been through, and we grow, we ascend, right? So being on that journey of self-discovery, I stand unapologetically in my truth, right? Unapologetically in love, in truth. Doesn't matter what anyone says, what anyone's opinions are. Feminine is standing in her truth no matter what, okay? Again, with that Ace of Swords popping up in her true desires, her desire is to just be authentic, and have that energy returned, okay? By loving you, I love myself, and vice versa. Like we just talked about, by healing yourself, by loving yourself, you're pouring that energy into your own self, which essentially is your twin flame, you. So let's get one more from the feminine to the masculine. My goodness. I'm self-aware and choose to break the pattern of toxic behaviors. So like we just talked about, self-discovery, becoming aware of all of the different facets and ways that we receive information and how we react to things. It's all about discovering how maybe we have allowed ourselves to remain in toxic patterns and didn't even see it. Okay. Now the feminine is becoming of that energy, seeing where it's her responsibility to break free of any toxic patterns herself. Okay. So very interesting. So let's see what the divine masculine has to say in the month of December to the feminine. What does the divine masculine have to say to the feminine? Oop, getting those Morse code taps on my ear. On my right ear. What else do we have from the masculine? Okay, so quite a bit. Quite a bit. I understand how important this connection is. What did we say earlier? They're aware. I'm working on balancing my shadow side, so dealing with the not so bright parts of the journey. Oh my goodness. My toilet just retorted from my bathroom. It's pretty loud. I didn't know what you meant to me until you were gone. I find my strength in vulnerability. You know, that toilet, just kind of speaking up just now, made me think to myself too. We're talking about how the masculine is going to be wrapping things up during the month of December, taking out the trash, flushing the toilet, whatever you want to, however you want to say it. Finding strength in vulnerability. We have this courage energy, the strength card coming out for the mutual energy. This masculine is understanding that it is not a weakness, okay? Their love, their authentic feelings, the romance that they're feeling for the feminine, this isn't a weakness. This isn't a fault or a flaw. This is something that makes them strong. And awakening to this true authentic love is unlike anything they've ever experienced, okay? They didn't understand your true value, feminine, until you were gone. And ain't that some shit, right? Isn't that always how it is? We also have your eyes are the window to my soul. So they have this feeling about you. When they look into your eyes, it's like you can see right through them, and they know it. And that might be very scary for them. And maybe being vulnerable with you in the past was terrifying, okay? I didn't know what love was until you came into my life. I'm connecting with my higher self for guidance. Yeah, with that Magician card coming out, absolutely. And the intensity of our connection scares me. So I literally just said that, you guys. This connection is so intense. It is scary, okay? It's not fun. I am not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat. It is not fun, y'all. So if you do resonate with the twin flame journey, you already know what I'm talking about. The best thing you can do is to remain in that energy of courage, of love and light. And, it's not all about the love and light, though, obviously, you guys. And you know that I'm not that type. It is about love and light, but it's also about balancing that shadow side like we talked about, okay? So when those shadow parts come up, when those difficult emotions arise, take a break. Be gentle with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself on this journey. Understand that there's going to be a ton of ups and downs, and the best thing that you can do is just remain with your cup full, okay? Like that fountain we talked about, and just keep letting it circulate, baby. Circulate and percolate that self-love. So anyways, guys, I love you so much. I hope that you are staying well, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.